Are hippos truly the monsters of water they're often portrayed as? This is a question that has puzzled many, and today we're going to delve into the enigma that is the hippopotamus. When you conjure up an image of a hippo, what do you see? A massive creature, no doubt. Indeed, hippos are the third largest land mammal on Earth, dwarfed only by elephants and some species of rhinoceros. Adult males can weigh up to 3.5 tons, and despite their hefty size, they're surprisingly agile swimmers. Hippos are semi-aquatic animals, which means they spend a good portion of their lives in water. Rivers, lakes, and swamps in sub-Saharan Africa are their preferred habitats. Water is vital to these creatures as it helps them keep cool in the scorching African heat. And what about their diet? Contrary to what some may believe, hippos are not carnivorous. They are, in fact, herbivores, feeding mostly on grasses. At night, they venture out of their watery homes onto land to graze, consuming up to 80 pounds of grass in a single evening. But here's where things get interesting. Despite their plant-based diet, hippos have been known to display aggressive behavior. They have powerful jaws capable of crushing a crocodile, and they can run at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. This might lead you to think that they're dangerous creatures. However, it's important to note that like any wild animal, hippos are primarily interested in protecting their territory and their young. They're not out to cause harm without reason. So with all this in mind, why do we fear these creatures so much? Could it be that our perception of them as monsters of water is a result of misunderstanding and fear of the unknown? As we delve deeper into the world of hippos, we'll uncover the truth behind these misunderstood giants. But for now, let's ponder over this. Are we fearing hippos because of their actual behavior, or simply because of the reputation that precedes them? There have been several incidents where hippos have interacted with humans, often with tragic consequences. Indeed, these colossal creatures, while fascinating to observe from a distance, have proven time and again that they are not to be trifled with. Let's delve into some instances where humans and hippos have unfortunately crossed paths. Take, for instance, the tragedy that occurred in the year 2021 in Africa's Lake Victoria. A group of unsuspecting tourists on a boat ride had a terrifying run-in with a hippo. The animal, likely startled by the intrusion, attacked the boat, causing it to capsize. Sadly, 2 people lost their lives in the incident. Then, there's the tale of a local fisherman from Zimbabwe who, in 2022, was fatally wounded by a hippo while he was casting his net near the riverbank. The hippo emerged from the water and, in what seemed like a territorial display, charged at the man. Despite the fisherman's attempts to flee, he could not outrun the surprisingly swift hippo. Even more astounding are the accounts of hippos attacking each other. Male hippos, known as bulls, are particularly notorious for their aggressive behavior. They often engage in fierce battles for dominance, leading to severe injuries and at times death. It's important to remember that these incidents, while tragic, often result from human intrusion into hippo habitats. Hippos, like any other wild animal, react instinctively to perceived threats, and their size and strength make them formidable opponents. While the scale and intensity of these encounters might paint a grim picture, it's crucial to note that they are not as common as one might think. Hippos are generally non-aggressive towards humans unless provoked or threatened. However, these stories serve as a potent reminder of the respect and caution we must exercise when dealing with these majestic creatures. These encounters, though unfortunate, are not as frequent as some might believe. So, next time you find yourself near a hippo habitat, remember to keep a safe distance and respect their space. After all, we are visitors in their world. Despite these incidents, are hippos truly the monsters we make them out to be? This is a question that has likely crossed many minds. The answer, however, is not as black and white as one might think. Hippos, like any other wild animal, have natural instincts that guide their behaviors. They are known to be fiercely territorial, especially when it comes to protecting their young and their habitat. This territorial nature is often the root cause of their aggressive behaviors. When they perceive an intruder in their territory, it's not uncommon for them to react with hostility. This isn't because they are naturally malicious, but rather a reaction to a perceived threat. Moreover, hippos are naturally protective of their offspring. Consider this. Wouldn't you do anything in your power to protect your children? Hippos are no different. When they sense danger to their young, they will defend them with all the ferocity they can muster. Again, this isn't an act of malevolence, but one of love and protection. Fear is another factor that contributes to their aggressive behaviors. Hippos are large and powerful, yes, but they can also be easily frightened. Humans, with their loud noises and strange behaviors, can be quite intimidating to these creatures. In moments of fear, a hippo may lash out as a defense mechanism. Most incidents involving hippos and humans occur when we encroach upon their territory or pose a threat to them. In essence, they are reacting to our actions, not acting out of inherent malice. It's important to remember that hippos are wild animals. They act based on instinct, not ill intent. So while they can be dangerous, it's crucial to understand that they are not inherently malevolent creatures. Their aggression is usually a response to a threat, real or perceived, and not a manifestation of innate evil. So while they can be dangerous, hippos are not inherently malevolent creatures. They're simply large, powerful animals trying to survive and protect their own, much like humans. Let's remember this the next time we find ourselves labeling these misunderstood giants as monsters. How can we coexist with these giants of the water and ensure their survival? Living in harmony with hippos, or any wildlife for that matter, begins with understanding. By learning about their behaviors, their needs, and their habitats, we can make informed decisions that benefit both them and us. Conservation efforts play a crucial role in this process. Organizations and governments around the world have launched initiatives aimed at protecting hippo populations and their habitats. In Africa, where the majority of the world's hippos reside, these efforts are particularly critical. Programs include monitoring hippo populations, protecting their habitats from encroachment, and implementing policies that discourage harmful human activities. For example, in Zambia's Luangwa Valley, a successful community-based conservation initiative has seen a significant increase in hippo numbers over the past few decades. But conservation isn't just about protecting hippos from us, it's also about protecting us from them. By respecting their space and understanding their behaviors, we can reduce the likelihood of human-hippo conflicts. This starts with education. Public awareness campaigns can help dispel myths and misconceptions about hippos and teach people how to live safely alongside these creatures. Schools, community groups, and media outlets can all play a part in spreading this vital information. Moreover, we can also take a leaf out of the book of indigenous communities who have coexisted with hippos for centuries. They've learned to respect these animals, to give them space, and to understand the signs that a hippo might feel threatened. Yet there is still so much more that can be done. More funding for conservation programs, stricter enforcement of laws protecting hippos, and greater public engagement are all needed if we are to ensure the survival of these magnificent creatures. It's a delicate balance coexisting with hippos, but it's a balance we must strive to achieve, for their sake and ours. After all, our world is richer for having them in it. The key to coexistence lies in understanding and respect. So, are hippos the monsters of water we often fear them to be? We've traversed through the vast expanse of this question, and the answer is not as black and white as it might seem. Hippos, with their massive size and formidable strength, have indeed been involved in unfortunate encounters with humans. These incidents often occur when we, as humans, encroach upon their territory or pose a threat to them. It's important to remember that they are, after all, wild animals, and they will defend themselves and their young when they feel threatened. But is it fair to label them as monsters? Perhaps not. These giants of the river are largely misunderstood. As the third largest mammal on Earth, they naturally command respect and caution. However, it's our responsibility to understand that they are not inherently malicious or monstrous. They are simply animals living in their natural habitat, responding to perceived threats in the only way they know how. Moreover, our discussion also brought us to the pivotal point of coexistence and conservation. Like every creature in the ecosystem, hippos play an essential role in maintaining the balance of nature. They help control certain plant species. Their dung provides essential nutrients for river ecosystems, and they even create pathways in the water that help other species. It's crucial that we understand and respect these magnificent creatures for what they are. And just as importantly, we must learn to coexist with them without posing a threat to their habitats or to ourselves. Conservation efforts are key to ensuring that future generations will be able to marvel at these wonderful creatures, just as we do today. While they are certainly formidable creatures, hippos are more misunderstood than monstrous. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more videos.